I mean, it's my 13-year-old dream come true is singing a duet with Bono. I never in a million years would have ever thought I would be at least singing a duet with Bono that any other person would hear. Maybe in like a bar at 4 a.m. with Bono makes sense to me, but the fact that we're on a soundtrack is crazy. And then yesterday he told me he played it for the band, and my mind was kind of blown at that. I love Stuck in a Moment. It's been one of my favorite songs from, like high school and before. And it's very surreal.
Hey, Garth.
Hello, Max. How you doing?
I'm really well, thank you. I watched your fabulous film yesterday evening. Oh my God, what an absolute adventure. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, good.
I feel like you animation guys are on it. Encanto blew me away at Christmas, and then this is your second animation, Garth.
Yeah.
Does this mean, from what I'm seeing, you truly feel like I know exactly what I'm doing now?
Here's my biggest problem in life is that I always start by saying I know exactly what I'm doing, and then very quickly, very early on in the process, I will be proved wrong. Like, oh, I've bitten off more than I can chew, or like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. That's been the story of my life so far. Like starting with a lot of big ideas and thinking I'm perfectly capable of doing something, and then realizing very early on I need all the help I can get.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna get it. Okay. Excuse me, Mr. Moon. For some reason, it says here that I should be playing the piano. Well, I haven't played piano since I was a kid.
Well, listen, whatever help you got, this is like pretty special. And I understand Las Vegas inspired you, which makes perfect sense because this was fabulous and big.
Yeah, well, the thing was, I'd never been to Las Vegas, not as an adult. I think I'd been as a child for some reason, but I can't really remember it. Anyway, I didn't think I needed to go there and research it because you see it in films and TV. I'm like, I know what it is. And my producer said, no, you need to go. You need to actually go and, really experience it and see the shows there, the Cirque du Soleil shows and all that stuff. Yeah. So I went over and it blew my tiny mind. I remember one time, we were going to see this show in the same hotel. It was in the same hotel that we were staying in. And my producer said, I'll meet you downstairs at 6:30. The show starts at 7. Right. I was like, well, it's in the same hotel. I can meet at 5 to 7. We don't have to stand around. So no, it takes half an hour to walk to it. And I thought she was being all neurotic. Got down there and we were walking for half an hour. We're still in the same hotel. Like if you did that in the town I grew up in, you'd be in the next town. It was the scale of it. And then the show was just like, just insane. And so I was blown away. I'm really glad I did that research trip because I was like, okay, I think I know we need to make this film gigantic on every single level. Every hotel room, every meal, every site you see has to be just like huge.
Yes. Yeah, I can sing, but no, I get so nervous and I can do it. No, I would do it, but no.
Well, I went to see Cirque du Soleil at the Royal Albert Hall literally a couple of weeks ago. So for me, watching Sing 2, I was just like, oh my God. It's quite special when you can capture something in animation that really touches you. And not only did you have all the emotions there, but it was just like visually like incredible. I was just like, oh, they're giving me everything. So like, that's awesome. I know there are 500 people over 4 years. It made me feel a lot better when I realized how many people worked at it. But this was not an easy thing. You really grafted, didn't you, all of you?
Yeah, it's not easy to do. And while it's not necessarily the thing I dwell on is like how hard to me is because I just want to focus on how proud we are of what we did. But yeah, the thing is, it's just tricky. It's just so, you are taking something that nothing exists. Everything in the film is just pixels, and you've got to conjure up these pixels to be living and breathing and emotional, and you've got to feel for them, and it's like a magic trick. So by the time we finished and we all watched it back as a crew, I think it was back in October. It was one of the highlights of my career to watch it with the crew who made it. And we were like, whatever happens, that is what we wanted it to do.
To bring back this awesome cast and then introduce us to some new names and to get those new people as well, which is just incredible. But first I want to talk about the cast you brought back. Scarlett, Reese, Matthew, adore him. Tori, love her. I just feel like Taron, listen, Garth, what are you doing? Scarlett was doing Marriage Story, Black Widow, Marvel, God knows what else, but she still took time to read. And I've heard them doing interviews and everyone's like, this is important, we love doing it. And it really feels like they all made time to be in it again.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, there's a lot of enthusiasm that came from the first film because they all watched it and liked it. That's good. Thank goodness they liked it. But it was lovely getting back into the studio and recording with them all. And, you know, it's kind of an amazing privilege to do that. And I remember, you're talking about Scarlett, for instance, I remember recording Stuck in a Moment with her, and literally straight afterwards, she was doing some voiceover stuff or some dubbing for Black Widow. So she's quite happy to go from this to that, and with no fuss.
I've been waiting to work on the sequel for the last 4 or 5 years. Yes. I just love working with Garth. He's just a brilliant creative mind and so generous of spirit and so emotionally available and enthusiastic, and man, he just thinks outside of the box. He's just got just a delicious brain, and I was excited to play with him again. You know, it's just really he's a wonderful collaborator.
They're an amazing bunch, this cast. I really did luck out. I mean, Chris Meledandri put together all these people. I mean, it's just a dream scenario, and they're all been delightful. Normally you would hear horror stories. That many people, there should be some horror stories, but they've all been a joy to work with.
Real talent from real life. That's what audiences want, and I'm going to give it to them.
Matthew is me, by the way, Matthew McConaughey, because he's talking, but he's like hands everywhere. And like, I have to sit on my hands sometimes.
Yeah, he's like you. He has that thing. And also between takes, even when he's not recording, he's like, he doesn't have an off button. And actually I use a lot of that stuff when he's just going, that all goes into Buster Moon's dialogues. We kind of cut them out, stick them in. Little whistling noises. He makes all these whistly noises.
Awesome. But it's so interesting to see that, because I think it's quite daunting to just stand in front of a mic and perform. You know, I think people just take it for granted that it's really easy. So it's really nice to see how many times they were doing it and stuff. I was like, okay, this is cool.
Bye, Iggy. Bye, Perry. Bye, Carla. Bye, Gail. Bye, Rory. Bye, Mickey. Bye, Mo. Bye, Nelson. Bye, Hannah. Bye, Tess. Bye, Casper.
Like for every one line we use, there's dozens that just go, but no good. Next, no, try it again. Sometimes we're cutting together lines from different time periods just for one bit. It's a very scrappy, energetic process. Yeah,
that's me. Yeah, the two of us together. You're joking me. We're going to be spies, you know?
But listen, talk to me about the new people. I mean, Bono straight away. Was that an email? Was that a phone call? Was that agents talking to agents? I mean...
Well, yeah. I mean, it started simply as we wanted him because of the story, because of the character and those U2 songs. Mm-hmm. Somebody reached out to his agent or manager, I don't know who. Yeah. And then I got an email a day or two later saying Bono's going to phone you in like 10 minutes. But really?
Wow.
And I didn't think he would, because I thought he's a rock star. He's not going to call in 10 minutes. But sure enough, he did phone. And we had the most amazing, lovely kind of chat for about 45 minutes. He was wandering around LA somewhere and talking about music and what it meant to him and how much he loved the first film. And because he loves a whole spectrum of music, and he liked the fact that we were embracing so many different genres and styles. And then at the end of the call, he sort of goes, you know, there's a song in this, isn't there? There's a song, you know, just saving your life, you know, music saving your life. And I was like, yeah, that would be amazing if you got the time. Well, I'd love it. I mean, that'd be amazing. But I didn't think he'd actually do it. And then when we got to his first record session, he recorded his first scene, which was the one in the garden. He goes, I go, that was great. We got it. Very good. We got it. Really good. And he goes, oh, by the way, I wrote that song. And he got his phone out and he just started playing basically what you hear at the end of the film.
Love.
And I was like, that doesn't happen. Bono's just written as a... Anyway.
I had a conversation with him close by here, actually, walking around, that went on and on and on about singing, the nature of singing, and what would dry up a voice. Because this is the story of a lion who's lost his roar. And I said, well, grief can either open up a voice, as it did with me when I was a kid, or it can shut things down if you lose your muse, if you lose your reason to sing. And so, I brought a bit of Irish to it. Melancholy, we're sort of crying into your beer type people.
You are clearly doing something pretty beautiful, because one, your energy is infectious and everyone says yes to you. So I think whatever it is, put it in a bottle, start selling it, because it seems to be working for you. And hey, congratulations. You killed it, all of you. Tell the rest of the team as well. Absolute joy to watch it.
Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Thanks, Max.
Okay, have a good day. Take care.
And you. Lots of love. Bye.
Yeah, see? Forget the steps and let the music take control of your body parts.